everyone out there in internet land. I wanted to introduce myself, and I am Alex McQuarrie, new vehicle manager with Hubler Ford Franklin. This is the 2021 Bronco Sport. Wanted to show this to you. First one that I've got in. Be aware, the Bronco Sport is not a Bronco. It is not a hardcore off-roader like a competitor to the Wrangler. The Bronco Sport is somewhere of an in-between. In this age of crossovers, a lot of SUVs have lost that, well, the sport part of sport utility vehicle. This brings it back. So I'm going to show you a lot of features on this are built towards, I guess, a more practical kind of off-roading. Obviously, we're not doing anything crazy. We're not going on the Baja or anything like that. But it is going to be useful for camping, any of those adventures that take you reasonably far away from civilization. So let's get started. First things first, this is the Badlands edition. I want to show you a few pieces on this guy first. Ford did a really good job with the trim on the interior, like a really good job. They put a lot of thought into the little pieces, the small touches on this Bronco. So again, I really like the color matching. I really love the fact that they introduced the vinyl for the flooring like you have in the work trucks. This is the first time Ford's done this on an SUV of this size, which is really nifty. A few other pieces, the map pockets are that nice thick neoprene, really nice and waterproof. You can store a lot of things in there. And they have molly webbing, you can see, down here. So you can attach gear, other things like that. For those of you who used to have an older Escape or an Expedition or even those older Explorers, I have great news. Watch this, watch this. The glass opens independent of the door. Finally, that feature is back. I really loved having that, and I admittedly have missed it. Of course, the door opens. And again, the storage theme does not stop. Again, this is actually really nice. It's a nice grippy surface. Full-size spare, which is always cool to have. One thing I love about the Bronco, again, places for connecting cargo nets, things like that. One thing I really love about it, it's got these two. It actually has the inverter from the trucks. So it's not that wimpy 150 watt inverter. It's a 400 watt, 110 volt power outlet. That's really cool. It can handle just about anything short of a hairdryer, which is, again, well, I don't know. You might want to bring a hairdryer camping. I don't know. But really neat to have. It's got them here, and it's got another one in the back seat. Let me show you the back seat on this guy. Really like those wheels. I really like the wheels. I love the fact that they're that paint match. Gives it a real sporty appearance. So I wanted to show you this little latch down here. So again, we've got under seat storage throughout. Really neat to have. Great place. You can also remove the tray. So you can put stuff like muddy shoes and things in here. Everything can be cleaned. Even the cloth interior is quick dry. It's really nice because, again, if you're going off to do God knows what, the Bronco will take you there and it'll handle it. Rather, the Bronco Sport will. Again, there's another one of those outlets we have. Again, super useful for car camping. I'll show you the interior on the front here in a second. You can see in the styling a few things that really set it apart. I love that classic Bronco look, those rounded headlamps, their projector HIDs, really big fan of that. I'll show you the front-facing camera for rock crawls a little bit later. I love the tow hooks. I love the fact that they're paint matched too. That's a really sharp look to it. I'll show you the engine here in a bit. So a few of the pieces that I really like. So we have these GOAT modes, go anywhere all-terrain modes. I can obviously set my trail control, lock my four-wheel drive, lock my rear differential, which it's really cool on an SUV of this size, being able to lock the rear differential. I know Jeep, with their branding, they trail rated, everything like that. I actually like that even in that, mid-level, like the Bronco Sport sits, there are still a lot of really thoughtful off-road features, which is super nice to have. Again, that thoughtfulness extends to everything. So like the charging mat for the phone, every place where you have like open storage, again, the trays can be removed. The other piece that I really like is, again, it's got that stippled, that kind of sticky rubber that, again, it's textured. so things will stick to it. You won't have things bouncing around while you're off-road. Everything is nice and tactile here. Again, everything's really easy to feel, really, really nice. And again, when I say easy to feel, I mean you get your hand on it, you could see it without taking your eyes, not see it, you could feel it without taking your eyes off the road. Other piece that really is a good bit of engineering is the fact that as far as the transmission, park brake, e-brake, and the GOAT modes, as well as the off-road features, I really love the fact that it's all in one place. I'm sure everybody's, well, some people are familiar with like the Tacoma TRDs, like the off-road models. They have stuff up here, they have options here that I have to select and figure out in the dash. I really like how Ford has put it all in one place. Really neat feature. So let me walk you through these GOAT modes. This is really cool. So again, normal driving, eco mode, sport, slippery. Then we've got mud and ruts, sand, and rock crawl. Now rock crawl is really cool because Ford has a neat feature. We've got that front-facing camera, which we can also split into a 180-degree view for like blind alleys, corners, that kind of thing, parking garages. But the really neat piece is it's right up there at the front like I showed you. Really useful for rock crawls, which is nice to have. But a few other pieces on this guy. I put this back into mud and ruts. And I'll show you the trail control when you come in. Think of it as like cruise control for off-roading. The vehicle's going to handle everything. Even if it gets stuck, it'll actually sit there and it'll start to rock itself back and forth, which is really cool to get itself out if it does find itself stuck. Rangers have it. Well, Rangers with the FX4 package have it. The Raptors have it, and I'm really happy that Ford has brought all of that technology from across our lineup, all the off-road stuff that's really cool. They brought all of it into the Bronco Sport and the Bronco, which again, I think is just really genius of them. You can see that big productivity dash. So again, I really like the digital dash. Obviously, Sync 3 infotainment system, really nice to have. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It's compatible with my smart home, everything. I really love it because Ford has made it really easy to develop for. So it's one of those infotainment systems that honestly, it just gets better with time. More stuff comes out for it, just becomes more and more useful, which I really like. Showing you the engine bay on this. This is the 2-liter twin scroll inline 4. So it's just a 2-liter EcoBoost. Really cool thing about that, though, is the massive amount of torque that's produced at the low end. Again, useful for off-roading. But again, I really love that motor because when you want power, it's on delivery, it's on tap. When I want efficient cruising, I can handle that too. I really love the 2-liter EcoBoost. They're a fabulous engine. We have tuned them and stuck them in a lot of things throughout Ford's lineup, and they have never disappointed me. They have really, really shined as a mid-size motor in Ford's lineup, so I'm really happy with them. Wanted to let you know, I have these available. I have allocation. I would love to speak with you about it. But these guys they're popular. There's a lot of interest in these. I would love to set up your chance to either talk with me, again, Alex McQuarrie, I'm our new vehicle manager, or go ahead and talk with one of my sales staff, have a chance to play with one of these because, again, the orders are coming hard and fast, and I'd love for you to not miss your chance because these are really cool cars. I'm a big fan. But I'm Alex McQuarrie with Hubler Ford Franklin. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.